All right. Hey guys, it is Joette with Balloon Boss and ballooncoach.com talking to you about Balloon Boss Summit 2021. So I am getting really excited about this event because it's one of those things that you always think, oh, I've got a year or two to plan. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's the months are already counting down and we've just started the year. So I am really excited about this year's lineup because every year I feel like we get new wonderful talent coming to the table to hang out with us and we're getting new wonderful people coming to join us. So that's always really fun for me. So what's going to be interesting is I wonder if this is going to mess up me being able to do my PowerPoint. Let's see. Are you guys currently seeing the screen that says go live on Facebook?
You talking about on Facebook?
Yeah, like, are you seeing?
I see it. It says on Facebook. Webinar is now streaming live on Facebook.
Okay,
so yes, we do see that.
Yes, we can see it too.
Okay, and now you see my PowerPoint again?
I do not see your PowerPoint yet. But
No,
I'm
we
pretty
don't see
sure it will
PowerPoint.
come shortly.
Okay. It's one of those things, there's that delayed reaction, right? All right, so for those of you who are joining us live tonight, please type in the chat box your name and where you're joining us from so we know who we're talking to. And then Debbie, I'd love to know, Debbie in San Diego, are you currently seeing my screen that says Balloon Boss? And it's the picture of Summit a couple of years ago. Be interested to know if that's coming through or not.
We do not see it.
You do not see it. Okay.
We just see you, Joette.
Huh?
We just see, well, now it's Jonathan, but
Okay. So let's see if this works. All right. Ta-da. I think I may have got it.
there we go.
Yay. All right. So guys, for those of you who are joining us live tonight, please type your name and where you're joining us from because we'd like to be able to chat with you and you ask questions as we go. And then for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I know sometimes there's a delay. So any questions you put in the chat box that I don't see live tonight, I will answer later on and follow up with. So welcome to several of our mentors and instructors for Balloon Boss Summit 2020. And not everybody could be on live tonight, and I appreciate those people who are here. So what I'm going to do real quick is just kind of give a quick overview and then let the instructors who are on with us tonight just say hello to you guys. So you get a face with a name. And then I'm going to be answering the questions of the people who are on live and the people who have been sending me questions all week. So for those of you who do not know, I'm Joette, and I am the founder of ballooncoach.com. And I started in the industry back in 2003 here in Lakeland, Florida. I took over an existing company that had gone from a storefront to moving home. She told me to keep it home based. So I built a 600 square foot warehouse in my backyard. I had assistants come and work for me so that I could grow my business and go and teach at conventions while they still ran the business, which was fun. And then over time, people kept asking me about how I grew my business, how networking worked. And in 2015, I had the opportunity to sell my business to Jonathan Gerber. And so now I've been his marketing manager since 2015, but primarily focusing my attention on you guys in ballooncoach.com online and in-person events. So I love my job. I'm blessed to have the best of both worlds, getting to work with balloons and work with amazing people. So the question for today is, how does Orlando in November sound to you to take a break from working in your business to work on your business? Tonight, what I'm doing is inviting you to join our team in Orlando for a very unique, one-of-a-kind training event. The reason it's different is because our event focuses on small group learning. We have 18 instructors and mentors that are there for the event, interacting with you for hands-on builds, for business building classes, and then you get to select one of them to eat lunch with each day, to pick their brain and have great conversation, plus increase your professional network with the other people that are at the event. And then we have collaborations in the evening where we're going to be doing some unique things this year to help you really dive in to areas that you struggle in. So because I want to respect the time of my instructors who jumped on tonight, and I'm not sure how many of them can stay and how many have to jump off, I'd like to do some quick introductions. The first person I'm going to introduce is Jonathan Fudge from Tampa. And what I really like about Jonathan's story is he started out in entertainment. He went into decor, and some people could actually say that he's the competition for party people in a way. We are in markets that cross over each other, but we're definitely a good hour and a half apart from business to business. But there are times where we've gone over to Tampa, and there's times that he's been here in Lakeland or Orlando. And so a lot of times people are like, well, why would you train somebody in your backyard? Or, that is one of the number one things the entertainers taught me back when I started in decor. Billy Damon, Mark Byrne, and several other entertainers I met at events. They would do jams and they would meet in each other's houses and they would teach each other how to make balloons. And their philosophy is people are going to go into the balloon business. And you can either look at them as your competition, or you can look at them as an amazing strategic partner to make sure we lift up the industry and that everybody's providing excellent service so that more people want balloons. And so that's kind of the philosophy I've used throughout the years. So Jonathan has come to our events, and over the years, he's really dug in to help support other people through our Balloon Boss Mastermind program and collaboration. So this year, our theme for the event for our teaching is on collaborating and being able to learn our leadership skills and putting new systems in place so we can do things like Jonathan does, where he can go be somewhere else while his staff is installing a job. So Jonathan, tell us just a little bit about yourself and maybe something that you've enjoyed from Summit and what you're looking forward to this next year.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much. And yeah, the biggest competition I have between me and Party People Events is how to spell Jonathan correctly. So that's probably the biggest problem we have is I don't know who spelled his name the way he did, but I obviously have it spelled correctly. So, but other than that, we're doing great. And I've had a lot of fun, even speaking with him at these conventions. And he and I both actually have grown much closer over the years, which is one of the things I really enjoy. But like you said, the small group stuff, we've got tons of things in the works right now that are really super exciting. Joette and the team and I have been working on trying to figure out how we can make the small group learning and the collaboration way, way cooler this year. Not just I'm going to learn something, but I'm going to learn something, and before I leave, it's already applied and helping me in my business. And that's really one of the cool things that I'm excited about. She's going to show you a bunch of photos I can already see in the slideshow deck here. She's going to show you a bunch of these photos that we actually took at Summit and its related events. And they look pretty in the slides, but they also look pretty when News Channel 8 calls me up this morning, which they did, and says, I want to do an interview. Oh, and by the way, do you have some photos of your work? Well, I didn't have to send them my work. I sent them the really amazing photos that we got from this event so that I look like $1 million and hopefully start making $1 million this year to make up for the last year too. So that's probably my happiest takeaway is the photos, the marketing materials, and above that, in spirit of the collaboration, just the wonderful people that I've been able to meet. I've been able to talk to Brandon about website stuff, and we've been able to work on that. I've been able to talk to Kelly and been able to get help with some just how to move so that I don't hurt and I'm not in pain every day. And then Gary on screen there has helped me, even though I theoretically should know how to do a bunch of this stuff. He's been able to help walk me through even how to make the numbers that you see in the background of that photo and just find simpler, easier ways that have really been helpful in making my business successful and making me more efficient with working with my team.
Awesome. Thanks, Jonathan. I greatly appreciate you jumping on tonight because I know you've got another obligation, but one of the things that he touched on was about the photography. And I love going to industry events. I have gone to workshops and conventions since day one. I started in 2003 and 2004, I immediately started going to training. But what I noticed is sometimes at an event, there's so many balloons in the room that I'm not sure I could actually sell what I'm seeing. So what we do at Balloon Boss Summit is throughout the week, as we build things, I have a professional photographer and a professional videographer, and they've both been with us for 3 years. So this will be their 4th year with us. And they take these wonderful photos that you get immediate access to in your member dashboard. So from your phone, from your computer, you can use those photos right then and there to start posting things into your social media, creating newsletters and promotions. So as Jonathan said, that's one of people's number one takeaways that they really like, is to have that professional photography. Because how many times have you been on an event and somebody walks through your shot, or the tables aren't set, or the lighting is horrible and you can't get good pictures? So this allows you to have those great photos that you can work with. So the next person I want to introduce today is Dante. Yay! And Dante is coming to us from New Jersey. And this will be Dante's first year at a balloon coach event. And I'm so excited that Qualitech said yes when I'm like, I want Dante, because Dante is known worldwide for his amazing balloons, but he's also known for having a retail store now and being able to actually grow his business in the midst of social distancing. And so I was really excited when they said yes, when Dante said he was available and be able to come and hang out with us. So Dante, tell us a little bit about you.
First, I thought you're never going to invite me for this. I say, I should be the last one on the list. And I say, when you invite me this year, you say, Dante, can you do that? Say, oh, yes, I want to be there. Yeah, no, and that's, come on, Benny, come close. Yeah, that's, about me, is exactly what you say. Like, I came from Brazil to United States. That's my little guy. And then I started working from home. And one day I talked to my wife. She said, you wanted the balloons inside the house or me? And I say, but where are you going to move it from? And she said, no, I won't move. Like, you have to move. And then I moved all the balloons for a storefront, because I tried to get a warehouse, but I don't want to be hiding from everybody. I want to be visible for like everybody who drive or passing. And I opened the shop. And it was the best thing, besides get married, my wife, was the best thing I did in my whole life.
But that's not the best.
Yeah.
So when was it that you opened up your store?
I opened in 2018.
Okay. And over the last year, what has been like your top selling things in 2018 and 2020 through your store?
Oh, the yard displays was
Awesome.
something insane. Was insane. We did like 60 every single day.
60 installs every single day.
Every single day for 3 months, no stopping. I didn't see my kids for 3 months. And when I say that, people think I'm kidding, like, oh, maybe you saw less. No. I didn't see my kids for 3 months, because when I get home, it's like 1 a.m. When I leave my house, it's like 5 a.m. and everybody's still sleeping. And it was the insanest 3 months I ever have in my whole life. And I say, if I have to be selfish, I'm going to get coronavirus in a spray bottle and I go everywhere. I have to spread this.
Oh my goodness.
But it's not about money. Like, it's about everybody's life. And like I said, it's, besides this joke, we are looking for everything, get back together and you can get a normal life.
And Dante, they're asking what the name of your company is.
Or if they don't know, they are not in the balloon business. No, I just kidding. It's Dream Factory Balloons.
Dream Factory Balloons.
Dream. Yes. Sometimes I say dream and people say green like the color. I say, no, where do you go sleep? And they say, oh, dream. I say, yes, something like that.
And he makes some amazing designs. But what I love more than anything is that through this time, he was able to pivot and really meet the needs of his clients. And he excels in customer service. And he's going to be sharing those tips and tricks with us at Summit. And then also in March, he's going to be sharing tips with us for our Balloon Boss Mastermind folks for our 4th Tuesday of the month webinar. So I'm excited about that too. So Dante does an amazing job. And like I said, big shout out to Qualitex for sponsoring Dante to come with us. And I can't wait to see you in Orlando in November. Dante, thanks for being on tonight. All right. And so now we've got Tammy and Charlie. Tammy and Charlie are adorable. They have been at Balloon Boss Summit the last 2 years. And what I enjoy about their story is they are hardworking folks who don't take no for an answer and just keep making things happen. And this year, when Charlie and Tammy arrived in Florida, we're in the midst of COVID and social distancing, having to wear masks and everything, and they've traveled from their home. And Charlie walks in and says, Joette, I need a hospital. Tammy needs to go to the hospital. And I'm like, what? And the next morning, she had her gallbladder removed. And so that was a first for us, having somebody come and have immediate surgery. And then Tammy was actually sitting in the seat, I think by Wednesday, was actually at Summit. She's like, I'm not missing. It's like, he asked for the notebook to go take to the hospital because she wanted to be able to watch us from her phone in the computer, you know, at the hospital. So she was determined to be a part of things. And so it was just one of those reminders that, you know, anything can happen in our lives. But when we have a passion for something like our businesses and balloons, we're going to fight through whatever we need to be a part of it. And so Tammy and Charlie are those kind of people that always pitch in and help out behind the scenes. And Charlie was up on ladders, installing decor and helping out with things. And so I asked them to start sharing their story with you to help inspire others who sometimes are like, well, I'm not sure about my business. I'm from home and I don't know if I can make the next step. And now Charlie and Tammy have expanded from their home into a shop. And I think you guys just told me that you were expanding even more today. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about you guys and what you've enjoyed in the past for Summit and what you're looking forward to.
Definitely, Summit has helped us to grow the business. We learn a lot. It's great that you give a lot of information. You can share tips with other professionals of the balloon industry, and it's a small group. We'll love that. And we were home-based for a long time. And actually, like maybe the week that North Carolina was shut down, that week we were gonna sign the contract for the new space. And we couldn't. And we thought we are not gonna do it because everything was shut down. But after 2 weeks, we start crazy busy, selling a lot of balloons. And this was because we learned a lot of things in the summit and how to promote and things like that. And then in the middle of the pandemic, yes, we signed the contract. We moved to the new location. We're not open to the public, it's just a studio. And then we keep growing. We were super busy and that space was not big enough for us. So now in December, the neighbor next door moved out and then we expand to the next door. Now starting this year. So in December, the second week of December, we signed the contract to expand and it has been great. We have learned a lot.
It was my pleasure to turn on the middle wall like, yes, let's hammer and let's sort this wall down.
That is so exciting. Congratulations. So how many total square feet do you have now?
Now we have 1,800.
1,800. All right. Yay. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see new pictures of the new organization of everything.
Yes, it has been awesome.
Yay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we have 2 more people that I'm going to introduce you to this evening, and then I'll move on to answering questions. Brandon Turpin comes to us from Utah. And Brandon actually was raised with balloons from his family having a balloon, a party store and balloon business. His dad imprints balloons. And then he owned a balloon decor company, which he has sold. But he was able to mix his knowledge of balloons and his knowledge of computers to create balloonsuite.com. And one of the number one things that my people who come to live events and that are part of my mastermind program talk to me about often is their difficulties with tech. And so what I really appreciate about Brandon is he serves as a mentor in my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, which is our ongoing online support, but he also comes every year to Summit to serve as a mentor and a guide to help people with tech, no matter if they are working with him in his Balloon Suite program or using some other kind of site, to help people understand SEO and the other technical terms that so many times we struggle with. So Brandon, tell us a little bit about what you like about Summit and what you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, so I really enjoy coming to Summit each year. As Joe has said, I kind of grew up with balloons growing up, and then I started my own balloon business. So I enjoy that atmosphere and seeing the creativity in the room. And even though I don't do balloons day to day, like last year, I went and got a little dirty in the pit room with everybody. So it's something I enjoy, just being there as the atmosphere. But I also really enjoy helping people. So as Joe said, I kind of started this business to try to help people with their online presence. And not everybody needs the service that I develop. But what I enjoy about coming to Summit is I'm able to help everybody, whether they're my customers or whether they're not. I help a lot of people each time I go. And I'm able to give back and help people understand the importance of an online presence and things like that. So I'm continuing to go because I enjoy it. And I do feel like there's still some things that I can provide to the industry. This year, as I grow, my goal is to be able to expand and help people, even if they're not on the Balloon Suite platform, to be able to have additional services and things that I can help with people to increase their business. So when this COVID's over, that everybody is dominating the search engines and we are a strong group of successful business owners. And that's my goal, because I grew up in the balloon industry. I did web development and online success for 10, 15 years. So when I came together, I naturally knew how to work my business online. And I grew my balloon business to I was on pace to do about $100,000 in my fourth year in sales. So I sold it to someone else who's in this group and who comes to all the summits, and she took over and does an amazing job. But I'm able to still be part of the industry and help. That really is something that I enjoy doing every year. And I sponsor myself and pay for myself to come out every year because of that.
That's awesome. Well, Brandon, I really appreciate how much you give back to our community. People always mention how helpful you are and how they're like, Brandon, help me figure out the stuff I could never figure out. So we've got 2 more instructors on live that I do want to introduce. So I'm going to give Belinda the warning that I'm going to have Kelly go first, and then you'll be next on deck. So Kelly Andrews is not a familiar face for most of the people in the balloon industry, unless you've been to Summit for the last 2 years. Kelly Andrews and I go way back because she used to work at one of the local colleges that I would go in and decorate the gym at for day on campus, homecoming, and other activities, where we would do a simple balloon garland down by the stairs and then maybe 50 arrangements of 3 balloons on a string and some other decor items from time to time, and then put balloons all throughout the campus. And Kelly worked in that center and got to see me up firsthand what I was doing, lugging helium tanks and inflating balloons. But we also were a member of National Association for Women Business Owners together. And many years ago, I went to her home, to her beautiful space and yoga center, to do a yoga retreat for the day and learn partner yoga. I had never done that, and really made me step outside of my comfort zone. And what I enjoy about Kelly is she has this amazing way just to make people feel comfortable the moment that she's in their presence. She teaches us wonderful things about taking care of our bodies and our minds. And what's interesting is I had her teach in 2019 prior to COVID. And I really took a risk because I had her on stage 3 days in a row. And people either loved it or people said, oh man, this isn't why we came to this event. We came to learn balloons. Why are we doing deep breathing? Why are we talking about our hearts? Like, we don't get this. And yes, Nicole, this is live. And when she was going through the process, on the third day, a couple of people came up to me and they're like, Joette, can we change the answers of what we put on yesterday's survey? Because we know that we said we didn't understand it and this wasn't why we were here, but this is the most important part of this event, as us learning how to take care of ourselves and be able to function better as a business owner. And now we get it. So Kelly has been an integral part of our team, and I adore having her there, and everybody falls in love with her after they meet her. So Kelly, tell us a little bit from your perspective of a non-balloon person, what it is that you enjoy bringing to the table and what you're looking forward to. Hey, Gary's coming in too. So tell us a little bit about what you like about Summit.
Well, first off, a simple garland, whatever you just called it, because I'm not the balloon person, is a big deal for me. So I am every year totally enamored and impressed with all the amazing thing you do. And every time I come home from Summit, all of my colleagues and friends are like, how do I get that gig? That looks like so much fun. That's the best population to work with. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So yeah, I love, 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 love the energy of you all. I love the fact that you're all so passionate about what you do. And it makes it really easy for me to be in that positive energy and to help kind of radiate that out. I really am an appreciative to Joette, and I'm so inspired by her willingness to bring in and have time allocated to self-care, because, you know, we all know how important it is. And even though as a business owner myself, sometimes I have to, you know, hold the mirror up for myself too, because we can really all run ourselves in the ground, pandemic or not. There's all these external stressors that we all deal with. So I'm super excited about this next year, Joette. I'm appreciative of you continuing to bring me on board and have me, you know, as a resource, and love all your trainers and love connecting and getting to know everybody more and more each year. So thank you for the invitation again.
You're welcome, Kelly. And Felicia's saying that we love you. And Cynthia said that from you, she learned to breathe. So I love that. So one of the things that will happen this year that'll be a little bit new to the schedule, and Belinda, you're up next, is in the schedule this year, we're going to have things set up where Kelly is going to record in advanced breathing exercises and basic yoga and stretch moves, so that it'll be in your member dashboard. So up in your hotel room or down by the pool, you can have quiet time and just go and plug and play anytime during the day. If you're just needing to take a stress break in the middle of the day or in the morning or in the evening, you'll be able to do that at your own pace. In addition to in the evenings when we have our open collaborative time, we're going to survey the audience to see what skills you're wanting Kelly to work on with you, whether it's that you want the yoga in the evening or the deep breathing and other things that she offers. So we're going to do that based on what your desires are. And Dory was asking if she saw Danielle with Daniel with Dante, and yes, it's so cute. So Belinda Barrier is my inspiration in the industry. She's who I want to be when I grow up. And that is the fact that she is always entrepreneurial focused. Those of you who watched her presentation this year with the whole theme of the Lego building blocks for your brand messaging, you know, we went to make sure that everybody got the concept of taking those steps to build one thing at a time to grow your business. And Belinda is always looking at what the next thing is that she needs to do to make her business soar. And so I love her insights, and she enjoys that roundtable time. So she's going to be back in the mentor role this year, sitting at the table, helping people analyze where they're at with things. And so Belinda, tell us a little bit about what you like about Summit and what you're looking forward to this year. You're muted.
Unmute me, rip that tape off.
There you go.
Okay, so my favorite are the roundtables. I love to help to get in the nitty gritty. I like to help problem solve what people are, you know, where they're bottlenecked in their business right then, to see where we can problem solve and figure out what the solution might be. I love those conversations, and I love to, you know, to help people. I prefer the business and entrepreneur side over balloons. You probably all have heard me say it before. If you're new here, I'm not I don't necessarily like tying balloons. I like the idea of taking one concept and building off of it and making it scalable so that we can make money off of it, because I think we're all here to make money. And I love helping people see the opportunity that's there with balloons.
Yay. And so for those of you who don't know, Belinda worked, was it 10 years that you worked outside of your business?
So yeah, I worked in the restaurant industry for 20 years, and for 10 years of it, I had my business. And so there came a time where my husband said, pick one, pick the business or continue the restaurant. And so I chose the business, but I had employees and I had a warehouse during that 10 years. So it wasn't just doing both, but I was reinvesting the money that I had into an employee and the business.
And that's something that most people I see not take that step. Most people are fearful of hiring somebody else to work with them. And so what I love is that Belinda did that from the start. So she was able to have that business operating without her. Yes, she was an integral part of it, but Darren was inflating the balloons and delivering them for her. So she was making money from that business without having to be there. And so that is one of those balloon boss concepts that we often are talking about, that we step out of that artist role and really look at the systems that we can put into place to grow and scale. So Belinda, I'm so glad you're a part of our team. And Gary is,
I'm also going to add, and I did a promo, but the roundtables, the lunches, the just having the opportunity. I think somebody else was on earlier mentioned that it's small. I think it was actually Tammy was saying it's very intimate, like everybody's approachable, and you should be able to spend a nice amount of time with whoever's there. I don't think there's instructors are not, we're all peers here. Like there's nobody's inferior of anybody. So we're all in the same boat together. So I think that's one of the really cool things about Balloon Boss Summit.
Thanks. One of the things that I do with this event that's different than other events is that we all sit in the exact same room together. So when you see this picture up here and we're like, we have a seat for you, you're sitting at a table with an instructor or a mentor and your other peers. And we're hanging out, and when one staff is up on the stage teaching, the other instructors are learning. And that doesn't happen other places. In other places, you're having to prep for the next class. And so you're not getting to learn while you're at these events. So I've purposely created this so that my instructors are getting to learn from each other, learn with you, so that you guys can brainstorm and collaborate and come up with even bigger and better ideas. And that's how I feel like the momentum really comes from this event, is because everyone leaves inspired rather than the instructors feeling like they've just gone through the ringer. Now, yes, they work some crazy hours for me still, and it does become an emotionally long day when you've got so many people in your ear talking to you, but they get to gain from the experience also. And that's one of the things that I feel is a big win-win-win of this, is because you've got all this amazing knowledge in one room learning from each other. So that roundtable concept is super important for us. So Gary has been a trooper with me, being in Orlando in 2017 when we did our first parade workshop in Orlando based on what I've been doing in Chicago for 2 years with Tommy and Scott, and came on showing people framing, helping people get ready for doing a parade in downtown Orlando, which it was my first time doing a parade where there are no barricades. And so Gary was like having to pretty much almost body slam people to move them out of the street for our parade to move through. It was a pretty crazy experience. And then he kept coming back. And what we love about Gary is he is known as MacGyver in the industry. He's traveled all around the world. And I got to have the pleasure in 2008 to be in China with him and see him at work and being able to do his MacGyver skills. And one of my favorite stories to tell about Gary is that we were doing a fashion show, and in promoting for the fashion show, they had put a bunch of sculptures in a pond across the street from where we were setting this up at. And they had him in a boat going out to put out the displays, but there was no oar. So he had to make his own paddle out of like a stick and a bucket. And so Gary can MacGyver things out of balloons and can MacGyver things out of anything else to get the job done. And so that's why he's great to be on the team with us, because he can always help people problem solve and figure out the next step. And he is super patient and is great during the hands-on time. So Gary, tell us a little bit about what you enjoy about Summit and what you're looking forward to this next year.
What I really like about the Summit, there's several things. One is when you leave with useful information, things that you can apply that's going to make you money. It's not, well, you know, I'm going to learn to do this, and then if I create it, maybe I can sell it. You leave with the information on how to make it, pictures to take with you, instructions, and the confidence knowing that you can build it and how to sell it. So for me, that's the best, one of the best parts. I also like the hands-on, because for me, I think a lot of people are scared to do things because they don't know how. And the way you learn things is by doing. And so I really like the hands-on. The other thing I like is as you said, when you're teaching at another convention, you're running around trying to prep, you're trying to do this, you're trying to see some friends, and you just don't have enough time to go to classes. And with this, not only do I get to teach and help people, but I also get to learn and watch. And then the other thing I like is sitting around the pool in the evening, talking to everybody, finding out where they're from, what they're doing, their family. I'm a people person, so I like to know about the people, not just the business part.
That's awesome. And, you know, what was interesting this last year, in the midst of social distancing, many people told me we shouldn't have an event because of the requirements that were out, but Disney was open for business. And I'm a person who likes to follow up with my contracts. And with Balloon Boss Summit, we have a professional photographer, a videographer, an event planner. We have DJ, we had a karaoke DJ, we had a live singer, and I wanted to fulfill those contracts that I had promised. Plus, this hotel had been suffering through social distancing for a time period where they were closed. And so what was exciting for me is when we walked back into Holiday Inn Disney Springs, Orlando, they were so excited to see us because we were their first event. They'd had like some small events where it was like a day event, but we were the first multi-night event. And that staff was so happy to see us. And they've always been friendly. But this year, more than ever, you could tell what it meant to them to have an event in their hotel again and make them feel like they had a purpose again. And it was so wonderful to have the fresh air of talking to the balloon professionals who's like, Joette, thank you for not canceling this event, because we needed that time to hang out with other people, to share what we had gone through in the last year, and to make our plans so that we can stop just treading water, but that we can soar. And so for me, this year was more important than ever because of all those different levels of being able to support the events industry, to support our balloon industry, and to help people be motivated to keep moving forward and to take the next steps in their business. So my prayer is that COVID, with things coming in with the vaccines and with people just being smart, that hopefully that will start to go away, and so that we won't have to worry about it so much in November. But I do always put the caveat out there. It's on the registration that if you do choose to come with us and join us in Orlando, if the policy is that we have to wear a mask, then we'll wear a mask. If the policy is we can only have 4 people at a table, then we'll do that. Whatever the policies are at the time in November is what we'll go with. And if for some reason there are still any kind of travel barriers, then I will do what I did last year, and we'll make it a hybrid event where we'll go live online for anybody who can't come to be there. Or if it's only like 1 or 2 people, then we'll record everything and make sure you get it after the fact. So I just wanted to throw that out for anybody who's concerned about, well, what happens if COVID, is really big again or whatever. If we had to, we would totally make it into a live event, our live online event, and we would remote from all of our instructors if we had to. So we went through that technology this year. We know we can do it again in the future, but hoping not to. So are there any instructors on that I missed, or did I get everybody? I think I've got it. because you guys were in 2 different screens. So I want to go ahead and answer some questions. And if anybody who's on live with me has questions, feel free to type them in. Balloon Boss Summit is happening November 8th through the 11th in Orlando. On November 7th, if you would like to take your CBA exam, you can do that from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And if you want to take your CBA, you must have a paid ticket to Summit, because the registration to Summit is what pays for the venue for it to be held. And thank you, Qualitex, for providing that program for us. You can get your CBA certificate. And then this is Charlotte. It was her 2nd year coming to Summit, and it was so fun to see her bloom, do the CBA exam, feel great, and then be a part of our professional photography that it took. This is Chris Potts hanging out, teaching a beer mug a couple of years ago. And this is the benefit of having that hands-on, where you get to hang out with the instructor and ask questions as you go. For finances, you can either pay in full or you can make 10 payments, because I know a lot of times people like to spread it out. So if you want to take advantage of the 10-month pay plan, you must register by January 31st. And then there also is like a 6 pay and a 3 pay. But like I said, if you really want to stretch it out the longest, you want to do that by January 31st to make sure that you've got your spot, because we only have 100 spots at the event total, to keep it small and intimate. Part of what we do during our event is talk about creating our vision for our future and creating our roadmap to success. This is Debbie Medrano from California. And what I really enjoy about her story is that from her coming to our live events in Orlando, from her participating in Mastermind, she wrote down her goals, she created her vision board, and in the midst of social distancing, she got a new van, she was able to wrap it, and she was able to retire her husband 5 months early. To me, that is what Summit is all about. And our Mastermind program is helping people create a written plan for the future, put it on paper, and then help them take the action steps to make them reality. So Debbie is going to be coming back to Orlando again this year, and I'm super excited about that. Throughout our entire week, you are writing your roadmap to success. From the information you learn from all the instructors, you write down the thing that's most important for you, because all of our businesses are different. All of our goals and situations are different, and that's okay. But the key is for us to write our vision, our goals, make a plan, take action, and by taking action, we have success. And then we start it all over again, and we have a vision for our business, and we keep moving forward one step at a time. So I want to let you guys know that this year during Summit, what we're going to do is break things up so that there's a bonus opportunity on Sunday and a bonus opportunity on Friday. So if you want, you can make your plan arrangements to come in Saturday night and then not fly out till Saturday morning, or you can extend on either end of those and have some extra time at Disney. Our hotel at Holiday Inn Disney Springs, Orlando is right down the street from Disney Springs. And then you can also easily get to Disney World, Epcot, and all the tourist things in Orlando. But throughout the day when we're having our classes, there is Sunday for CBA from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then in the afternoon from 2 to 4 or 3 to 5, I still got to decide on that. But for a 2-hour class, you can actually work with Kelly on communication style and the DISC assessment. And what you would do is take your DISC assessment ahead of time. So if you're a person who's wanting to work on your communication and your leadership style, you can be a part of this bonus activity where you get some online training and then some training with her in a small group setting. Only 30 people can register for that max. And so I'll be putting up that extra information on the website if you would like to do that. Another bonus activity that will happen this year is people who want to record special messages to put over video. You'll be able to have a class with John, our videographer, on how to create the correct promo. And then you'll be able to record it on Sunday or on Friday. And so it's one of those things. I'll give you guys more information, but for those of you who've been there in the past, people were bummed out that we didn't have it this year. So we're going to work on that again this year for you guys. And then during Monday through Thursday, we'll have 2 classes in the morning that are business oriented. We'll have our networking lunch together. Then after lunch, we will have 2 sessions of hands-on building where folks like Jonathan Fudge will provide us with instructions that one of us will be the leader of our group. And then we will be building different items based on those instructions. And we will be able to use it kind of as a team building exercise and a leadership development exercise all in one. And as we build decor each day, it's going to build upon itself so that by the end, we have a beautiful final night event, but that we also create seasonal decor and other designs for us to use in our marketing. So what's neat is each of our instructors will be providing different recipes and different instructions from the stage, but then we'll also get to practice those techniques in small groups throughout the week. And then in the evening is our collaboration time. And our collaboration time this year, I am going to be leading, plus a couple of our other mentors, a sales seminar. Many people have a hard time overcoming price objections and are unsure how to put up a good sales system to make sure that you're making money. And so that's going to be one of our collaborative parts where you can actually practice and role play those conversations or actually write out your sales system. Another collaboration will be on marketing, where we'll take the actual images and video clips that you're getting from the event live, sit at a round table, and then brainstorm what's a cute poem we can put with this? What's a recipe that would work with this? What's a quiz that we could put on there? And be able to brainstorm your social media content. And then what will happen is, as we have that collaborative information, all of that information will go into your member dashboard for you to be able to use. And you can either right then put it into your systems for Facebook and Instagram or your planners, or you can plan it out on a calendar, and we'll show you guys how to use different online boards to help you plan it out. And let's see if I'm leaving anything else. Oh, and also in the evenings, Kelly will be offering up either yoga, breathing, or other activities that people ask for Kelly to do in that evening time. So what's great is we spend the daytime together, and then in the evening, those collaborative groups break up to help you meet the needs that you have most. And then on our final evening on Thursday night, we will be having a masquerade ball. Our team met and we had all kinds of great ideas of different things that we wanted to do this year. But the way that we decide on what our event is going to be for our final night is we want to always make sure that the images are things that we can sell. Throughout this week, the focus is not for you to make the biggest, baddest, craziest balloon sculpture ever. But instead, I want you to build sculptures that are duplicatable, that you can teach your staff to do, and that your staff, like Jonathan has had happen, can go to Amazon and install it with a recipe without you even being there. So what will happen is throughout the week, we'll be doing the different components of the entrance and the room decor, the centerpieces that are Masquerade Ball, because that goes for high schools for their homecoming and prom theme. It goes great for corporations. Many people have birthday masquerade parties. And what we can do is the designs that we'll be creating throughout the week, sometimes the team that you're working on, instead of it making it the color of the ball, you may be making it the color of Mardi Gras instead, and being able to set up some photo ops out in the hallway for a professional photographer to shoot it as a Mardi Gras event versus a masquerade ball. And we've got some other fun ideas with that. So I'm really excited that everybody can put on their fun dress clothes, start looking now for a cool mask that you'll want to wear, and make that a really fun evening in celebration. So in the past, we've had really fun times with having models come in and members of the event and staging photos to make it fun for us to sell after the event. And we do enjoy getting around the dance floor and having a great time. So that is the major information that people have been asking me. The next thing I just want to show you real quick so that you know is ballooncoach.com is where you go to find out anything that you want to do, from joining my mastermind program to being here at Summit If you want to know more about Mastermind, you can click this video and hear from Tabitha. But when you're ready to click on Summit, you just click on Learn More. And as that pulls up, you will actually, if you missed Summit last year and you want to get all the replay from it and all the professional photographer, you can actually purchase last year's replay. But if you're ready to register for 2021, you click on Register Now, and it will give you the options of the 10-pay plan that will be closing out on January 31st, or you can do 3 payments, pay in full, or a 6-pay plan. So those are all options for you. And then people keep asking me if the hotel is currently taking reservation, and yes, it is. So what you do is you go all the way down this list, and you can see who all of our wonderful instructors are. The people who are not presented tonight, Megan is being sponsored by Batalic. She is from North Shore Balloons in Illinois and has been known for all the amazing yard art that she's doing there and the yard art group that she does. Marla is coming from California, being sponsored by Tuftex from Balloonzilla. Tabitha Miller is being sponsored by All Pro Web Tools, and she's animated Art Baton Rouge, and she does amazing designs, and she's been working really hard on putting her systems in place for growth. She just recently increased having staff, having a van, and they just bought a new house with property that has a shop on it for her balloon business. So we're really excited for the growth and development Tabitha has had over the last couple of years. You met Brandon. Chris Potts and Marlene Potts from Buffalo, New York will be joining us again. Chris is with High Float and does an amazing job helping us with framing and knowing our rigging designs. Liz Romani from Valley Party Supply. She's our Energizer Bunny, always having great marketing ideas. Sarah Meyer with Wisconsin Balloon Decor will be coming back as a mentor. And Stuart Davies from the UK. We're hoping everything's good for him to be able to come back live and in person this year. Last year, he had to be live on the screen. And let's see, I think Melissa Vincent this year, she is going to be serving as our person in charge of the photography. She is going to make sure that all of the photos and all of videography are styled really well from the balloon mindset, so that while those things are going on, she can check the photos and make sure that all the balloons are in the correct place and help our photographer and videographer capture the best photos for us. So every single year we do this event, we take one step forward to make it a little bit better. And I'm really excited about this dream team helping us out. So right here where it says join us in sunny Orlando, reserve your hotel room, you click this link. It's $119 a night. And when you go to put your reservation online, it's going to say $30 a night resort fee. That will be taken off when you check in. You don't make any payments to the hotel until you check in. So when you get to the hotel, as long as you reserve under this link, you will not have to pay the $30 a night resort fee, and you will get a reduced payment for parking. So it's very important that you use this link right here on the pool on my website to reserve your room. You can go ahead and reserve them now, so that we make sure that if the block fills up, I can see if there's any expansion, but to make sure you get the best rate, you want to reserve now. Each room does have a small refrigerator, microwave, and a Keurig machine. And we do have the lovely pool that you can relax and check out at. So you can click right here to register now. And what I'm going to do is Nicole Green is saying, I want to go. And Nicole, I would love for you to join us. You can go on now to sign up. And thanks to our sponsors, Batalatex, Brody's, Qualitex, High Float, Premium Balloon Accessories, Balloon Suite, Balloon Coach, and Tuftex for making our events possible. We love the team approach and having everybody working together to have this dynamic event. So guys, those of you who are online, if you have a question, please let us know now. And for those of you, my instructors who are on with me, if there's any other tidbit you would love to share, feel free to open up your mic and let folks know. All right, and I'm going through to see if I missed any questions in the feed. So if you guys have any questions, please type them in. All right. So I'm going to do one last call out, guys. If you have any questions that I haven't asked tonight or I haven't answered, please let us know. The bottom line is if you're at a place in your business where you would really like to take a week away from working in your business to work on it, to grow an amazing professional network that will support you as you take the next step, I encourage you to invest in yourself today, to have something to look forward through the year, so that when you're working crazy hours, you're like, oh, I'm going to be sitting poolside, hanging out with Dante and Gary. It's going to be a good year. I've got this. And one of my members had done that the other day, that she said every year in January, she plans 2 trips for the year. So it gives her and her family something to look forward to. So she planned a family trip and she planned her ticket to Summit. So I was really excited that we had made her list of what she wanted to do to make 2021 special. All right. So I am not seeing any questions coming in from the people who are on live. So I'm going to do one last shout out. Dante, you got your hands up. Go for it.
Yeah. No, it's so funny because people ask me, why should I go to like a balloon class or like a balloon convention and do my own, like on my own business? I say like it's like 1,500 to go to this convention for 4 days with like 20 instructors explain to you how to do something. If I get 1,500 in balloons inside my own shop and make my employees like inflate balloons to try to do something without nobody explaining nothing, I'm gonna expend at least 3 times more, and I just gonna have the headache to do not learn anything because they're gonna try like stressing and everything. I said, you worth the money, like 120%. It worth the money to pay 1,500 and go there and have 20 people explain you like how everything works and having fun with your friends and make new friends and like and get a drink with Gary and all those stuff. Like I said, that's what you're looking for. I say, I don't see any reason, like nobody, no matter what people say, they never gonna be able to say something different than this. Like they never gonna convince me, oh no, I prefer, like no matter what you say, you're wrong. Sign up right now and go there. It's like, it's hard for me like to say in English those stuff because I get upset when people start trying to do stuff like this. In English it's hard. In Portuguese I could say much better.
I understand. And that's the thing, is so many times people are just like, well, Joette, your event costs more than other events. And I'm like, I understand. When you go to another event that's larger, that may have 400 to 1,000 people at it, your cost to go to the event is less. But the difference is, I honestly, for this event, should be charging $5,000 per person. And the reason I know that is I have friends in the floral industry who have gone to 3-day events who have paid $5,000 to $8,000 for a 3-day floral experience. So what happens is, thanks to all the sponsors from the balloon industry, I don't have to charge $5,000. I can do it at the $1,597 if you do the early bird rate. So the value comes from the fact that you're having that 7-to-1 ratio, where there is 7 participants to 1 mentor instructor for you to be able to sit down and have those conversations at lunch and that hands-on time. So I totally agree with Dante that it's worth everything, single penny. And Nicole is saying, Joette, you're the bomb. Thank you, Nicole.
I'll also add into what Dante said too, is because I went to your first event and I said the same thing to myself. I said, this is way more money than I've spent on anything else. Most of these things have been a waste of time. I love seeing people. I like seeing the people in the industry, but in order for it to be worth money, I have to hit this goal in my business in order to be a good ROI. And I will let you guys know, I think I mentioned the exact numbers year before last, which I don't recall right now, but
I have it on video somewhere.
Yeah, I had to make like 30 or 40 grand more to like justify the time off, and I like doubled or tripled that. So it was well worth the investment for me. And that's why I went back the next year. And the next year was more expensive. And I did the same thing. I said, you know what? I set my goal ahead of time and said, what do I have to make this worthwhile for me to come back the following year? And COVID hit, so things changed. But when it was all said and done, I hit my goals and I was on track for all my goals. I was ready to do my record year in 2020. And even this year, when things were hard and difficult and crazy, it was this group amongst other groups that were able to, I had people message me and say, hey, we're doing a small group, like 5 of us. We just want to pivot, let's brainstorm. And that was able to help me. And I helped, like Sharita, I think, made tons of money on a flyer that I made. And so I'm like, man, I did all this work and she made all this money. I said, I'm missing out. So, and that was able to help turn me around. It was all because of this group. So again, like Dante said, these are worth it, but you got to do the work too. So I did half the work. You got to do all the work. And I think that's part of the focus this year anyway, is not just finding out what to do from the right people who know what to do, but actually applying it, which is really cool.
Yay, awesome. I love it because it is one of those things that it can be kind of scary when you're like putting that much money on the line. Is it really worth it? And it's just, the thing is, you get to leave with items to market with immediately. And I've even had people leave the room, take an idea that they have and go make a sale right at the event. And that's the type of thing that makes me excited when I see people empowered to take that next step in their business. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions. One is, could you repeat what's happening on the bonus days? So yes, on Sunday, the 7th of November from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is a CBA exam through Qualitex. So if you have your CBA materials and you've been doing it online, but you've never gotten to come in and do your personal CBA test, you can do that on Sunday morning. And then in the afternoon, we are going to have what's called the DISC assessment. And Kelly, do you want to explain what that is just a teeny bit?
Sure. Thank you, Joette. So some of you, I know most of you know me as sort of the self-care coach, but I also do a lot of leadership training, communication training, professional development for organizations, corporations, and businesses. And so Joette and I were talking about communication and how important it is. Those of you that were at the summit this last year, Stuart alluded to some work that he and I've done together with the DISC assessment. It's basically an online assessment. It takes about 15 minutes to fill out, and it gives you one of 4 profiles, and it basically tells you your preferred style of communication. And once you become aware of your preferred style of communication, what's great about it is you learn how to adapt your language to be able to speak to others in their preferred style. So if you have, we all have these people, and sometimes they're partners or spouses or friends, right, that we kind of clash with or we hit heads with. So then the training is really to teach you, one, how self-awareness about your own style, but 2, how do I learn to speak the other person's language so that I can, 1, influence and sell, 2, connect closer and be a better communicator and be a better partner, friend, whatever, coworker, colleague. And 3, just have a better sense of awareness around being a human being on the planet and being able to really, have a caring heart and also be able to communicate in a way that people can understand what it is you're saying. So if you're a supervisor and you have a staff team, or you find that you have a lot of conflict in communication, highly recommend it. And, I'm excited again about Joette and kind of going off on this little side road here, because I do think, and I know for me, it has been key in all the jobs that I've done. I use it all the time. Anytime I'm doing a contract, I use these tools to help me learn how to speak the language of the person I'm trying to sell to. So yeah, I think that's it, Joette.
Yay, thanks. Yeah. And so that will be one option. Like I said, that's going to be limited to 30 people. And what will happen is the 30 people who sign up for that will do the DISC assessment ahead of time and an hour training online, and then we'll have the 2-hour session on Sunday. The other bonus that will happen on Sunday is people who want to have some professional photography taken, like a 15-minute headshot session with my photographer, Kevin, will be able to do that in increments and pay him directly for that. And then for John Rockmore, who is my videographer, what happens is throughout the week, he will be getting video clips of everything that we're doing. And what he'll do is make a couple of different cut videos that you can use in marketing for your business. And the way you personalize it, you pay to come and have class with him ahead of time that will teach you how to make a good pitch online, basically. and a promo. So he'll help you decide what you're needing it for. So if you're just needing a general 30-second or 1-minute video to be able to put on social media or on your website that's, hi, this is Joette with Party People Events. When you celebrate, we decorate, whatever. You would then write that stuff out, practice it ahead of time, and then at the event, there's a room that you'll go into and record that audio, and then he'll be able to have a backdrop behind you too that you can drop you in or green screen it, or just have your voice overlay. I know Tammy and Charlie did an actual video thing we did 2 years ago where people were working with the balloons and doing a lot of stuff to make a video. And we may offer some of those also on Friday, depending on people's interest level, where you can come in and then actually have him video you within some of the designs that we've created also. But those custom videos, that pricing will be up for you to be able to do that. And that's what is the bonuses on Sunday and Friday. The other thing that's going to happen on Sunday is we are going to have a hands-on clinic for our people who've been in the industry for less than 2 years. So on Sunday, for people who are wanting to have that bonus time of being able to work with some balloons before we get into classes, that will be happening too, that you can come in and get to have a little bit of a prep before getting into the full event with everybody else. And then on Friday, I'm going to do some bonus training on sales training. So we'll have a lot of really cool collaborative things going on throughout the week that's a part of your program. And then just those extra things on Sunday and on Friday would be an extra payment. The last thing I want to let you know about is make sure with your plane tickets that you're in town by 5 o'clock on Sunday the 7th, because our opening night party will happen on Sunday night where we'll network. You'll get to meet who the instructors are, and we get to hang out and kick off the week with some fun on Sunday night. So you want to make sure that you're not arriving on Monday morning and missing out on that party. So come in either Saturday or Sunday. All right. So Dory said, just made my hotel reservation. Can't wait to reward myself with a Disney day at the end of Summit. Yay. Yeah, we got to do Disney together 2 years ago. That was so much fun. So the other thing for those of you who are coming and you might want to bring a spouse with you who's not in the balloon industry, sometimes what you can do is book to go out for dinner in the evenings. And so book like a dinner reservation for like 6, and go to one of the local hotels or one of the Disney properties to enjoy dinner out with your spouse. And then, or just tell them you're not going to get to see them until the weekend, and either have your family come before with you or come at the end so you guys can go out. And then we do have extra tickets for the dinner for the final night for you to be able to purchase if you want to have a spouse or family member come to the final night dinner that's not a paying member of the event. So yay. All right, guys, I'm checking to see if there's any other questions. Guys, do you guys see any other questions that I missed? Dante.
Okay. I don't want to take too much time from everybody. The other day, my wife posted a picture. It say, good things coming to people who wait, but better things coming to those who go out and get them. I think it's like this way you have to thinking about, like, if you wait, like something good can happen. But if you go there and get it, it's yours. Like, don't waste your time. Like, don't wait for this. Basically, right now, the most difficult part is when you go talk to your family and you're gonna say, okay, I need 1,600, and they're gonna say, for what? So it's for a balloon convention, and they say, are you insane? You say, yeah, I understand. Like, nobody trusts you. Even your own family gonna think you are able to do those things. Everybody gonna try to kick you out from everything. They're gonna try to make you down. And then the thing is, if you try to ask people like, oh, what do you think about I do balloons to live? It's like you say to your family, I'm gonna be an actor in Hollywood. They're gonna say, shut up. And it's kind of the same. It's really hard to to, because like we know how much money you can do. We know, like, you know, everything you can change your life. You understand? Like everybody talk here, say we buy houses, we buy cars, we buy everything. We wanna selling balloons, and that's the real life. It's not a fake one. And I say, if you give you a chance, like to learn something, like this convention is extremely insanely good. It's something like out of this world. And if you don't give you a chance to go there and change your life, nobody gonna do this for you. And like in your family gonna keep thinking you like not able to do anything because you're not doing anything for yourself. I'm sorry, that's it.
Don't be sorry. I love it. One of the things with Dante is I got to spend about an hour with him talking a while back about teaching and what we're going to talk about this year at Summit. And I was so excited because every single thing he said, I'm like, yes, this is what I want the people at Summit to hear, because he's in the trenches with his business, expanding and going through all the craziness that he's had to through social distancing. And he's all about putting those systems in place for growth and being bold and just going for it. So I'm excited that Dante is joining our team this year. And for our other instructors who were not able to be on tonight, I know you guys are going to love them. One of the reasons that is unique about this event is I go to the sponsors and I tell the sponsors who I'd like them to sponsor versus them just letting me know who they want to sponsor. I always want a dream team of people who can be collaborative, who will sit down with you, take time with you to make sure you understand the questions you have about how to make balloon decor, how to sell it, how to price for profit, and how to take the next step with your business and have you feel empowered and that you can do it. So that's the exciting part of this event, is that everyone who's there is a team player and is there to help you succeed and take the next step in your business. No matter if you're brand new to the industry or if you've been around for 30 years, you will learn from this group of people. And I cannot wait to see you guys in Orlando in November. So for all of you who've been on live with me tonight, and for all of you who watch the replay later, if there's any questions that you have, email me, joette@ballooncoach.com. That's JOETTE @ballooncoach.com. When you know that you're ready to just grab your ticket now, go to ballooncoach.com, hit Summit, and buy your ticket. And if you're not currently a part of our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, do yourself a favor and come hang out with us for a month. It's $97. I can say wholeheartedly that it's a $297 a month value because I pay that to be in other groups that I get less value out of than we do in our mastermind program. So if you're needing some support to help you get to Summit, then I encourage you to come hang out with us in mastermind between now and then. But bottom line is, I want to see you succeed and grow over the next year and be empowered to take the next step in your business. So let ballooncoach.com help you do that. And we cannot wait to see you guys in Orlando. Hope you have an amazing year, and write down your goals and what you want to do and make this one of them. Do one thing today that your future self will thank you for. All right.